All right, so for today's challenge, we're leaning into what I'm calling Japanese style of photography, which I kind of made up a little bit, but also not really. They're very documentary oriented, so that's like us already, right? So today we're actually shooting a wedding that's going to be, it's actually country inspired. Country romance is kind of the inspiration so for this wedding. And so yeah, Abby and I getting ready to do just photo, which is unusual. Typically we do video as well, and typically we do film. We're not doing film this wedding, so it's going to be, I'm not going to say easy, but we're going to really lean into story for this one. So a Japanese inspired story, because so a little bit of backstory. They met, their first date was actually a Japanese food festival down in Denver. And then they decided their 1 year they wanted to lean into that, and they went to Japan for their 1 year kind of like anniversary. So we are going to lean into that also for their wedding. And I know it's going to be country inspired, so we're going to have to kind of play it. The photography is going to be inspired by Japanese like photography and values. So that's kind of our goal with this whole thing. Lean into the country western and embrace that story, but also add to the story with aspects that are kind of, what do you call that? Meta? Or like, they're kind of, like, what would you call like what we're doing? Symbolic?
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's probably better terminology for that. I'll figure it out eventually. But first concept of me, negative space. So like couple small in frame, like thinking like, what we're thinking, like even just thinking about it right now, like the venue and then them like the very bottom, or like their ceremony, and then like the really wide shot and then them at the very bottom. Tons of negative space above them. Although there's not a whole lot of negative space from my understanding in the ceremony location, but that's an example, right? If it's like a big open field, there's just tons of negative space, and that adds, kind of draws your eyes to them potentially. So we're gonna lean into that. If I butcher any of this, sorry ahead of time, because I don't speak Japanese, so and I didn't have enough time to quite like nail all the pronunciations yet, so I apologize ahead of time. And then we have Komorebi, I think is how you say that, and it's basically dappled light. So sunlight through trees, backlight glow, for like stuff like the light that comes like through the leaves of the trees. That's kind of what we're looking for. Okay, so we're gonna lean into that aspect. That's a large aspect of like Japanese kind of culture, and I think trees have pretty big significance. If I'm probably wrong on that, but you know, making stuff up as I'm going. Then we have, I will probably have to do some more research on Japanese culture, maybe right after this. So wabi sabi, I believe is how you say it. Beauty in imperfection. So like grain, weathered wood, like imperfect. Like I'm thinking like fence posts, like there's like maybe a fence and the couple's like leaning on it, and you're kind of using that to lead in lines, but then it kind of has like a weird bow to it, or like, I mean, we're not using film, so unfortunately we can't use grain. But I have these vintage lenses we're using that give these really cool flares, so that will be a way that we could really lean into that maybe. And then mono no aware. Fleeting emotion, so like the passing tender moments. So basically, like, I don't know, that's a wedding. I mean, come on. I mean, we can't find those. We're doing something wrong, or we're not shooting our style of wedding that we typically shoot. Oh gosh, ikbana. Okay, that one I almost guarantee I'm butchering it. But basically, it's like floral arrangements. I think where it's like symmetrical, but it's slightly off center. Like 3-point arrangement for florals and details. I actually don't fully understand this completely. Like I kind of watched some videos, and it's like all about floral stuff. So maybe we'll try to lean into that a little bit. That one may be a little bit hard. And then Snap, candid documentary. I don't know what, really? Snap, is that how it, I'm pretty sure that this is coming from AI, so take it with a grain of salt sometimes. Snap, candid, unposed story. So I mean, that's us right there. And then the red thread of fate. I wish I would have done this sooner so that I could have gone and bought some like red thread. Basically, you tie it to your like little pinky, your smallest finger, your pinky fingers, and a red thread, so that if I see any red threads, you know I'm going to be snagging those red threads and doing this, kind of leaning into this for maybe the couple's portrait or something that may be kind of fun. Fujifilm is recommended because, you know, that's a Japanese brand. And then last thing is Kintsugi. Kintsugi? I think that's how you say it. Gold tone light for the memorial and remembrance of details. So we're gonna lean kind of into, I mean, there's like 2 individuals that were very important and that aren't gonna be there, 2 family members. So we're gonna kind of lean into that and really honor them. And then actually her mother, I think, twisted her ankle yesterday, so can't walk her down the aisle. And she kind of wanted that, I believe. So gotta find another way to have a special moment for those 2 right there, with that as well. So then we're gonna lean the romantic country vibe as well. But I'm gonna really shoot for the Japanese stuff. I might talk a little bit about like what we did for romantic country stuff, but honestly, that could be a whole nother video. So, yeah, well, hopefully we can accomplish this. I'm gonna have a body camera on me sometimes, not all the time. But yeah, we're almost there. About to start shooting. We gotta split up. I gotta go drive to another location after I drop Abby off at the venue because she's gonna shoot with the guys and I'm gonna shoot with the girls. On kind of a weird setup we got going on there. There's reasons for that. Like I'm just been more in contact with the couple, so like I've been the one communicating with them. So I feel like I should probably be the one just to go over there and introduce myself again and like actually in person. You know, it's kind of weird. You never meet these people and then you meet these people on their most important day of their life. Okay, all right. I'm leaving now. I'm for real.
Rambling, Brandon.
Ramble.
All right, welcome back. So I didn't get any footage while we were shooting because we were crazy busy. Like literally, it was like nonstop, like go. But my wife and I shot it, the wedding. During the wedding, I feel like it went horrible because, well, when I don't stop and I'm not able to think about my shots, I always feel that way. Okay, and normally after a wedding, I feel like I did like trash work. So. Looking back on things, though, think that less now, okay? So, yeah, so my computer's actually booting up right now, and it was, like, having all these issues. Like, I plugged in the HDMI. Like, I'm going to show you guys my screen, okay? But as that loads, I'll kind of talk through kind of, like, the thought process, what we were thinking about, and the whole deal with all of this. So, obviously, you guys are watching this in real time, and I'm posting this video just a little bit later because... we got done, you know, just after 10. We had to pack up. We had to drive an hour. And that was just to my dad's house. So we didn't even go to our house again. We just slept there. And then, like, you know, we're there. I only have this laptop that works like half the time, apparently. And I had to offload all of both cameras, which was a lot of, like, their wedding party was 9 people. They had tons of family photos, so we had a lot of photos to offload. So it was just like the process to get to this video was enormous, okay? So as long as I post it within the day, so every single day I'm posting a video, that's the 21-day challenge. And right now it is 9, and I'm gonna have to post this video today. Normally I do a day I shoot, and then the next day I post, like 6 a.m. So sometimes it won't be at 6 a.m., just so you guys know. This one's gonna be a little bit more me just talking to the camera, because we leaned into those story aspects like the Japanese, and it was very hard to do because, again, we were super busy, but we did manage to get a couple of them, and I was conscious of it all day, which I'm not normally. Like, normally I'm like, okay, how do I get a good shot? Like, I'm less conscious of story and trying to tell a story. And this one, I think I was just like noticing things now that I don't normally notice. I know Abby was also trying to do it as well. So, yeah, so once this freaking computer loads, I'm going to go through the photos that I kind of flagged. Like, again, we have tons of photos. Like, I think we probably overshot this wedding. We had like 7,000 photos. It was crazy. I don't think I've ever shot a wedding with that many photos, but I'm using vintage glass too. So I was like, I'm like firing, and then I just focus a little bit, fire like towards me or whatever. Cause I want to make sure that I'm nailing, cause it's the first time I use the FD glass in a wedding. I've used it before, but I'm like, okay, we got to try it at a wedding at some point. This is the time. There are things I like, things I don't. Limitations of Sony cameras, mainly with peaking, not being accurate enough, and not like having a middle ground setting. Okay, but yeah, so we'll dive in, and I'll kind of go over what like each category is, like where it falls or whatever, like where the photo falls in terms of categories. Let me pull those up quick on my phone. But yeah, we'll kind of go over that. We'll go over each photo. Loading in freaking Lightroom right now. Oh my gosh. Pissed at Lightroom right now. I think Lightroom's what crashed my computer. Adobe products are god awful. I'm just gonna say that much, okay? Like they're industry standard, but you know, as soon as I can, like when DaVinci Resolve got really good, I'm out of here. Bye bye, Premiere Pro. DaVinci is working on photo, which is great. So hopefully they can do really good with that as well. Okay. So a lot of the stuff that we did, the negative space, we thought about a lot, but we just never felt like we had the time to do it. And the lens limitations, like I was using a lot of primes. Abby was using a lot of the 35 to 150, which is like 35 you can get wide, but you can't get super wide. And I haven't gone through all the photos yet, so I don't even know. Maybe Abby got a couple. She said she was trying to in the ceremony just a little bit. So we probably got a couple of those, but like I couldn't find those with the flags and whatnot. So yeah. So let me pull up my screen here so you guys can see. I'm gonna cut to 3. I got a little board here that allows me to see all this stuff. And see, Lightroom is telling me I need to turn my GPU stuff on, which it just it throttles my computer, the laptop at least. Like, Lightroom drives me freaking crazy. Sorry, I'm like distracted trying to get this. Okay, I think this is a good corner for me to be in. Okay, this is a really good image to start on actually. So, what I really like about this one is going to be this is like the imperfection deal, which was Wabi Sabi, I think is what it's called. Hopefully I get that right, because I'm going to be saying it a lot, because I got a lot. This is the FD glass I was talking about. So this is like the prime FD glass, and we shoot super documentary. Like, go away. Oh my gosh. This is the most annoying thing, this antivirus thing, and it won't let me uninstall it. So it just keeps reminding, like, it forces you to do that, okay? Like, Dell computers as well. All right. So yeah, this is like the Wabi Sabi. I don't know why my flags aren't, okay, there we go. So yeah, like the imperfections. You can see a couple of them. Like I got one right here. And these are completely unedited. This is like fresh out of camera, okay, guys? This is what we're shooting. Like when I edit this, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. But yeah, we're just kind of, this is fresh out of camera. So I got a lot of images here. I'm only gonna go over a couple of them real quick. Another Wabi Sabi. Like I really leaned into that, okay? And then we even got like the little bit of like the I leaned into asymmetrical as well. I can't remember what this was called. I don't think this is on here, but this is like where you lean into like the shadows and like you kind of play with light, like that little section of light right there. But then you have like this random chord. Like a lot of photographers would remove that. This right here is also like leaning into those imperfections. So like beauty and imperfections, which is Wabi Sabi. Like you've got them, and you zoom in, you actually see your phone's cracked too. But like they're not doing it in front of like a beautiful mirror. This is like them sitting on the floor doing their hair and makeup. I don't know, this is just perspective. Ignore this one. Some of these are flagged because I'm like, ooh, I really like that. And this is her getting her makeup done. I don't know if you really say anything about that. And then this is kind of leaning the imperfections, kind of the mess. I'll show you a better image of that. And this is Japanese. This is like straight up like from Japan. Like this bed and breakfast has like things from all over the world, and this is straight up from Japan. And they're gonna see that. Actually, go back a couple. See, oh, you don't see that. Like behind that mirror, also from Japan. So really cool, but like a lot of stuff from around the world. And this is kind of like after I took this photo right here, they're like, oh, I didn't even know you were gonna take a photo of me. I'm like, I know, that's the point. Imperfections. And then her just drinking coffee, imperfections. I thought this was like, it's kind of a mess. Like most photographers would correct some of these things. I don't. Yeah, ignore that one. That one's not really anything. This is like very documentary right here. Yeah, they're like getting their makeup done. They're not like beautiful. And this is them sitting on the floor. Like what I was talking about. They're literally sitting on the floor doing their makeup. And then, they ignore that. Yeah, so this is another mess. So like normally a photographer would take these things and move them somewhere. What is this even called? Snap, right? Candy documentary. A photographer would take these and move these somewhere else and make like a flat lay. Nope, I just shoot it like as is. Like how it's like laid out already is how I shot it. One exception was the dress for this wedding, by the way. Dresses, because there's bridesmaids dresses too. It's kind of like very documentary, imperfections. I kind of like that because of the leading lines. Yep, imperfection. This is the fleeting feeling. Mono, no aware, which is fleeting emotion. I thought that was like the little kid looking up to, I think that's her mom. There were so many flower girls, I couldn't keep track. There were like literally like 7 of them. And this is very documentary, imperfections. Oh, I'm really excited for this one. This is like packing a suitcase, kept trying to get out of there, right? So that was kind of fun, I thought. These are all just first look. And dappled light right here. So this is going to be the dappled light. Oh gosh. Komorebi? I don't know. You know what you know what I'm saying. So I kind of like the dappled light on the dress, playing into that a little bit. I took some with the trees, but I couldn't find those fast enough because there's a lot going on, right? And then another one where I'm leaning to imperfections of the lens. I'm like trying to really like use that. That one was a really good shot. If they weren't looking at my wife at the time. And then this mirror was like pretty imperfect, and I just wish it was just a little more clear, and it would have been perfect. It was a hard mirror. It was a really old truck. And then, yeah, a lot more imperfections. I'm going to kind of blow through these, okay? Some of these I just like, I'm like, maybe I can make something out of this image. And this is like example of bad photography. And then I thought, oh, I should get closer. And you want to see the difference? That is the difference right there. So yeah. And then I was trying to lean into this light. I had backlighting them, and I couldn't find the imperfections fast enough. Like, again, this laptop is clunky. I edit on a desktop. So, yeah, I mean, this laptop is just kind of where I pull things off where I'm, like, not home and I need something, right? Okay, so that was kind of a lot of wabi-sabis. But yeah, so at least we thought about it, and we kind of couldn't find the red thread deal. I literally found stuff from Japan. Like, it just hit me in the face. I'm like, oh yeah. And I love that I leaned into what made them unique. They had like no references besides that, like to Japan or anything like that. Because it was like country romantic, and they planned this wedding, by the way, in only a few months. They started in February, and it's July. So that is a very short period of time to plan a wedding. And it was mainly Luba who planned it. It's Russian, I think. So it's spelled way different, and I totally pronounced that wrong at first. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of what we did for this video. I know there's a lot of like talking and then like showing you photos in Lightroom that I'm haven't even edited yet, haven't done anything to. I shoot a certain way sometimes where I'm trying to bring I underexpose and I bring the shadows up sometimes. A lot of times I was overexposing because it was indoors. I'm like, I want to make sure I'm prioritizing skin tones, not getting some weirdness out of there. Plus, I was shooting a lower aperture than I normally shoot because normally I'm using a lot of zoom lenses, which are 2.8. And I was shooting a lot in like 1.4 to 1.8 for some of those shots indoors with the prime lenses, like the FD glass. So I was using a lot of FD glass with this. And Abby was using my 35 to 150, which is like my coveted lens that I love so much. And it's just not quite wide enough on the 35 is not quite wide enough. If it could be 24 to 150, it would be the perfect lens. You don't need another lens in your entire life kind of deal. But yeah, so leaning into the FD glass, really do enjoy FD glass. I feel like, it adds a lot of great character, and those light leaks were just beautiful. So yeah, I mean, that's it for today. This is actually the day after, and I later have to post this today. But yeah, tomorrow's challenge, which I guess I should have been filming today, but I know what I'm gonna do about it. It's gonna be all about color theory. All right, so it might be just a little bit later again because I got to get caught up, and then we're going to Iceland, so that's gonna be a whole thing too. So stay tuned. But yeah, we're gonna lean into color theory. So we'll see you guys on the flippity flop.